What's up, gamers? How the heck are you? My name is EpicPins, and in today's Grounded video, we're going to talk about the future of Grounded. What we see for the future. What do we think can actually be feasible for the dev team going forward? Because we know they're going to have other projects they're going to want to work on. They're not going to spend as much time as they've been spending on Grounded once the full release comes out. Now, with Homestretch update out, we are now literally, quite literally, in the home stretch. So we got about a month left before this game goes live. And no more beta, no more alpha, whatever, no more public test servers, none of that. All right, this is just going to be full on, full story, full game, all the wonderful stuff we've been waiting for. We're going to get all of it. Now, they have said multiple times we're looking at not only the new story, but we're looking at new bugs possibility. There's talks of like crazy stuff that we just haven't seen before in terms of armory and weaponry and stuff like that. But they've also said that they are going to continue content after the final release. So that is big news. But what are things that we still wish we could see either in 1.0 or maybe even to come after? Maybe it's things they could adjust or change after if it's not too crazy to do. Let's talk about that. All right, guys, with the future of Grounded being kind of up in the air, what do we do after the game fully releases? Don't get me wrong, we're gonna have a ton of content when the game actually releases in what, like a month now. We're gonna have like a ton of content to deal with, and I think we'll be busy for a little bit, but I would still like to see some stuff maybe in that initial release or later. And some of the stuff that I would like to see, something that I don't know if it's still hinted at. It is still on like the feature board as like we're looking into it or possible future things. Weather. I would love to see weather changes. I think that would be, I know we have biomes where like we get kind of like different effects when we go into certain areas versus like haze. You also have the heat, the sizzle from the sand over there. But I would like to really see, like, it doesn't have to be necessarily weather, I guess, if you don't want to change like the sky or stuff like that. If you want to turn on the sprinklers just to cause more water buildup or anything like that, that might be kind of cool. Like, I'm not gonna not play the game because there isn't weather in it. I just think that would be kind of a cool added thing. Like, what if like a actual drop of water was big enough to like knock me over or something like that? I mean, I think that would be kind of funny. Like, knock me down, maybe not cause me harm, but like just knock me down as I'm like running or something like that. Or, you know, it gets kind of cold and I have to put on different armor to affect my comfort. I don't know, you know, different style gear that affects water, or, you know, I make me wear rain gear. I don't know. I just think weather just adds just a whole nother aspect, and it kind of gets you back to that survival kind of aspect of the game that I like that it goes for. You know, that's like the whole kind of premise. I know the game's kind of evolved a little bit beyond survival, but I feel like at its heart it's still a little survival, and I kind of feel like that's something I want to kind of get back to. You know, like surviving the yard. Yeah, we have raids, we have bugs and stuff to survive, but weather could be a whole new aspect of it. Maybe it could honestly affect our house a little bit. Maybe not too much, not to cause too much pressure on anybody who doesn't have like a crazy bunch of supplies built up or anything like that, but, you know, just enough to like kind of be annoying. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just like one thing I would love to see. I think that would be super cool to have that. You know, one thing that I do think we will get is DLCs, and whether they'll be, you know, whether we'll be charged for them or whatever, I don't know. But I feel like DLCs are something that's coming in the future, just because with putting so much money into like the animated series that they're doing and stuff like that, and with just the added content there, mainly because I think that it doesn't focus on our 4 characters. I think it'll focus on other teenagers. I don't know that's just speculation I have. I don't think it's going to focus on our characters. I think it's in our universe and in our world, but I don't think it's necessarily about the ones that we play and the characters we know. So with that being said, what if there's like a DLC that features those kids that we would see in the animated series or something like that? I feel like that's something we could probably look forward to. Once again, this is all speculation. This is what we do, right? We love to speculate about what they could possibly add or where we could take this game in the future. And I feel like they're opening a window for very cool, different backyards that we could go to that maybe have different bugs or a reason to bring in new bugs. Because honestly, we don't want this yard to turn into just this massive overrun by crazy amount of bugs that we wouldn't ever see here. But I wouldn't mind even playing another state or another area, another location out in the desert or something like that. I don't know. Like, I don't care. Like let's say Omnicorp was running a secret, they were taking Tully's work, or taking Dr. Tully's work and trying it out somewhere else on an offshore site away from this town. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like there could be different bugs, different biomes, different things like that we could experience, and that would help with the growth of the game because it gives us more, kind of like an Ark style, where like we had the initial island and Ark, but then now we've advanced on and we've moved on to just a massive amount of things. Ark's a little different. They have, I think, a lot more flexibility, but I still feel like this game could do the same. Though, that being said, I don't know if the dev team's going to put that much effort into making whole new backyards with not even necessarily a whole new storyline, but like a small storyline for a reason of why we're in that backyard, kind of thing like that. But not something as advanced as this storyline, but just something else, or maybe there's a Grounded 2 possible in the future. Just something to like think about. I know they've talked about it, and I know we have some more coming in the future for when the full release comes out, but I would like to see more armor and more weapons. Like, I know we have a few coming, but if they're gonna potentially add more bugs in the future, maybe not every bug they add has to be accompanied by a new armor or a new weapon, but it'd be nice to have something different every now and again, just to really try it out, because I think that's gonna matter to a lot of players, and I feel like that keeps playability there, and I feel like that's just something that a lot of people would like to see. I don't know, I don't want to be speaking for everybody, but it is up to us as the player to enjoy the wonders that has been given to us. But I do feel like it is also, if you want a game like this to stay around for the long haul, adding little things such as armor, and I say little things because it isn't like a huge overhaul, but just adding something new like armor or weapons, just something new to play with, something new to have fun with, I think that goes a long way. And I think that's something, obviously they won't do it forever, but for a little bit at a time until maybe they come out with, like I said before, Grounded 2 or something like that. But adding that stuff over time, I think that's pretty foreseeable, in my opinion, for the future. I don't know what type of armor they could add, but we're also getting stuff like a Black Widow, and they haven't really announced any armor or weapons that could come from the Black Widow. I mean, we're speculating. I mean, I say we speculate. We're getting a Black Widow. I don't know if they've ever officially announced we're getting a Black Widow, other than it being in the trailer. I guess necessarily we're getting it, but if we are, there could be future armor or weapons coming from the Black Widow. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see more single-handed weapons. I know we have a few, but I feel like a lot of the single-handed weapons I use are tools versus like actual weapons that I want to use. And then I feel like allowing those single-handed weapons to give me the same feeling as running around with the Spicy Coltana or the Club of the Mother Demon. Those are really heavy-hitting items, and sometimes when you're holding those, it's just like, what's the point of carrying anything else? But that being said, you could, instead of necessarily ramping up the weapons we have, you could possibly have a harder enemy to defeat, but when we defeat that enemy, we get a single-handed weapon that hits super hard. Maybe not as hard as this, but close. Something else that's always been on my mind, and that I've made comments in videos past about this, that I think it would be something very beneficial for the replayability of this game and the survival aspect of it, would be world events. And this could even be like, instead of doing DLCs, they could do where like an event happens that changes the yard for a short time. It's not a DLC, it's not a whole new backyard they have to create. It's just something that alters this backyard slightly, and they can even piggyback that off of seasons or weather, to give us a hint of weather, but also just season, like maybe a frost comes through and kills the grass of the yard, and even some of the bugs, and you see frozen dead bugs around, and maybe you have to scramble to get some cold gear on because you're freezing and stuff like that. I don't know if they have a cold biome in the works, but I think that would be absolutely awesome if it was stuff like that. Or even if, like, I mean, before I speculate like a snake coming through the yard periodically or something like that. And I don't even know if you kill the snake, but you could, maybe he could leave his snake skin around and that could be used for something to create or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to do their job for them, but you know, it's like, come on, guys. Just kidding. I love you, Dead. I love you, Dead Team. I really do. I love you guys so much. But I mean, I think world-changing events in a sense like that, and I'm not saying it has to alter it forever, but maybe like a month stint of every time you log in to your world. I don't know. Like I said, frost has rolled through, and there's snow in certain areas. Maybe not like deep snow, but like the grass is dead in areas where it wasn't dead before, and bugs have died off. And you can find their frozen dead bodies in places, and like, I mean, that does piggyback off of weather, but you could do the snake thing. I mean, if the snake starts coming your way, it could eat you, you know, and then it'd be like with the fish. When the fish eats you, you just die and you go get your stuff back, you know. But things like that, I don't know. And like, he could even eat spiders or some of the bugs and things like that. Just look like a little garden snake or something like that. He mistakes you for a bug. Any things like that, you know. It doesn't have to be a giant snake, you know, but it could be. And I'm thinking like big creatures that would end up in a backyard. I'm trying to like think of like what I've seen in my backyard. Basically, that's what I'm trying to like think about. Things that I've seen in my backyard would be like snakes or lizards or whatever, you know, like something that's like a frog. I think somebody in my comments one time said a frog would be kind of crazy. Like he found his way over into this area and he's like sitting on a lily pad, and if you get kind of close enough, he'll shoot out his tongue and like take you down. Or something like that. Or you could potentially take him out. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know if they let us kill a frog, but hey, why not, right? I know we're supposed to be technically fighting bugs, but shoot, let me take out a frog. I never thought I wanted to kill a frog so badly, but let me shoot him. But, you know, I think world events are cool ways to not add a ton to the game. And I know I'm saying what I'm saying is that could potentially, I'm not a coder. I don't know. I don't make video games. I don't know how difficult it is to do something like that. But I feel like if you already have the basis of this world built, just changing it, or things are a little bit dead and things, you know, in this area where like maybe all frosty and snow and you can't get the resources you got before, like that for a while, you know, and you can do that stuff during like winter time and like Christmas time and stuff like that. Maybe do like a weird Christmas event. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like ways to like make it seem kind of like it's natural, but like a fun little additive to the game. You know, something like that. Hey, take it, use it if you like to, guys. You don't have to pay me royalties for coming up with ideas for you. I understand. I'm cool with it. All right, moving on. All right, guys, the final kind of thing / idea, whatever you want it to be, I want gliders. All right, I know they've mentioned gliders before. I know that, and I know that they are still probably coming, but why haven't we gotten them yet? That we better get them in 1.0. That's all I'm saying. Things I want to see in 1.0. Gliders is on the top of that list. And people say like, why do you need gliders? You have zip lines. Why do you have the dandelion things? The dandelions are stupid, okay? They run out too quickly, one, and then I have to go get another one. I have to chop down a whole entire dandelion little thing, right? And then I got like stem laying everywhere. I got 50 dandelion tufts just laying on the ground everywhere. I gotta either collect all of them. They only take up one slot, and I never have enough room to carry a bunch because I don't have enough room in my backpack because they won't give us more room in our backpack. I'll probably have to carry 5 pets with me just to take them all back to the house. So I have a stockpile of dandelion tufts, all right? I'm sick of it. I want a glider I can build and repair. Why have I not gotten that? Why? I've seen in cartoons all my life little creatures using leaves to float down, all right? You ever watch Ants or you ever watch A Bug's Life? They float down on leaves, man. Why haven't we got a leaf yet? I got leaves all around me. I got clovers. Just let me hold one over my head and glide. That's all I'm asking for. Just want a glider. All right. But the truth is, we're probably getting gliders. There's been speculations of flying insects being more flying insects being added to the game, either butterflies, wasps, moths, you know, any one of those fashions that we could probably potentially make a glider from. So far, I don't think it's going to be bees, being because we already got kind of, you know, the bee spear, the bee armor. I don't think we're going to get more from bees. They've done enough for us. They've given us enough of their love. So right now, I think bees are off the market. Fireflies, once again, same thing. We've gotten enough from the fireflies. I think if we get another flying creature, I hope it's not wasp. Wasps sound like a mix between a bee and a mosquito, and honestly, I hate both of them. So I don't really want to be able to piss off a bunch of moths and have them come attack my base. So I hope it's not wasp. You know, I said moths. I hope it's not wasp. That's what I hope. I hope it's not. I don't like wasp in real life. I don't like them in this game. That's all I'm saying. Give me something cute like a little butterfly, you know, that I can just kill. Or I can ask it politely, can I have your wing, please, so I can fly? All right, that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. All right, that's it. That's it. But look, I think gliders would be obviously awesome. So, I mean, I know there's speculation that we're getting gliders, and, you know, I mean, there's not really speculation. I'm pretty much sure they've said we're getting gliders, so I'm excited about that, you know? All right, guys, let me know what you think of the ideas. If you think they're stupid, that's great. Just say in the comments, hey, you're dumb. I understand that completely. That makes me feel a lot better about myself when I read things like that. It really helps my self-esteem. And if you guys have any ideas yourself, please let me know in the comments. Let me know your ideas. I would love to know what you guys think should be added to the game. What are you missing most? Have you ever looked at the feature board list on the Grounded website and seen like what are things on that list that you wish have come to the game, or were there things on that list that you're excited they actually did add? There's still some stuff in the works. Obviously, we got a month before we get the full release. I think it's about a month now. Yes, it is. So we got about a little less than a month. We're gonna get the full release of the game. Super excited about that. We do not know everything that's coming to that full release. I think by them showing us the Mantis lets me know I think they got another crazy stuff in the bags right there. Like, the Mantis was too big of a reveal for me to be like, that's it. That's the climax of the awesomeness we're getting. I feel like there's another level we haven't even thought of yet. And I hope I'm not wrong about that. I really do. I really hope I'm not wrong about that. All right, guys, if you guys end up liking this video at all, please hit that like button below. It does help with the algorithm. If you end up liking me and all and want to subscribe to the channel, I do love video games. Grounded is one of the games I love the most. I focus on that quite a bit, but I do want to branch out and experience plenty of other video games. Obviously, I play a ton of games, but I may not make videos on all of them. But I would love to. Honestly, games are a lot of my passion, and I don't show off a lot of the games I do love to play. So I would love to show those off as well. So if you guys are interested in that, please subscribe to the channel. Love to have you. And hey, be positive. I will catch you